Hey, I'm Dr. John Azar-Dickens with Enforce Health, and I'm here with Coach Jay Stevenson. We're going to talk today a little bit about exercise, specifically.
With someone or
Yeah.
without someone.
Yeah.
Which should you do?
Yeah, is it better to do it in a group? Better to do it by yourself? And talk about just kind of our thoughts about that. Because a lot of people aren't comfortable going into gyms. They feel insecure. They feel whatever, and they're not sure they want to do it. Other people love that social aspect and love to be around a lot of people. This comes to gym workouts, running. It's better to run with a group, run by yourself. There's a lot of different avenues to consider. Some people do a balance. So we're just going to talk a little bit about that and give our opinions related to those things.
For me, I've just learned over the years that I kind of recharge by myself. And so coaching people, I'm constantly texting on the phone, talking to people all day long. So for me, I like my morning exercise time to, by and large, be by myself. Or with kind of a small group of people. I get kind of overwhelmed if I do too much group exercise stuff. So for my time, I try to find it by myself. What about you?
It's a balance, a mix. During the week, I lift. If it's weights, it's usually by myself.
Mm-hmm.
If it's running, I'm usually with a group. I might run one run in the week by myself and then do one with our training group that we do, our interval group. And then on weekends, our long runs, I always run long runs now with a group. Now, I used to run long runs by myself. I would put a book on tape. We used to call it a book on tape. Now it's digital. But I'd get a novel or whatever I want to listen to, take off, listen to it. I loved that. But then I started running with a group. And now I would not go back probably to running long runs by myself. Now I'm bored because I'm used to it's a same group of men. We run every single weekend together. We have great conversations. We have a lot of fun, and we run races together. And we train for races together. It also, what I like about it, it holds me accountable. On those mornings, it's usually Saturday morning, early. Especially I've worked Friday night late. I have to get up after just a few hours of sleep to go run. I don't really feel like doing it. And I know they're there waiting on me, and I know I'll catch a lot of grief for not going, and so that kind of motivates me to get up and to go forward. So with that group, I really enjoy it, and we have interesting conversations, and it's gotten very comfortable.
Yeah, for me, and I think for a lot of people, if you can find a similar group, like-minded people to work out with, they'll quickly become some of your best friends. Just because that time you get to spend is different from most of the other times that you spend with someone during the day. I mean, most of my interactions with people during the day are really short, and they're kind of rushed, and there's an agenda. It's so nice on the small groups for me to go run with someone where you're going to have an hour and a half just to relax and let the conversation go where it goes. That recharges me.
Well, that's what happened with our Tuesday. GoGo puts on a running group on Tuesday nights. It's a training group, an interval group where we have coaches, you and your wife. And I started doing that because I hate intervals. I hate running fast, but I know it's important. So I go, and it makes time go by faster to have a group. Well, over the years now, I wouldn't know what to do without that Tuesday night group. I mean, I go every Tuesday. We go rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. And we challenge each other, and I think it pushes us harder, and we train harder, and we actually have better races. I found I run much better based on that Tuesday night. And we've been doing it for so long now. When somebody doesn't show up, and they don't text us ahead of time or call, we're like, what happened to you? Are you okay? And it's...
And then the flip side of that is having some time to yourself, time to think, time to process, time where somebody's not in your face, time for you just to get out and run your pace or do your workout to the level you want to do it. And that still takes a plan ahead of time of what you're going to do. But I enjoy that time equally as much.
Yeah, I have days where I just want to go by myself and take off if I'm running or whatever I'm doing. If you're, what we always tell people, if you're a really social person and you're energized by people and you love having people around, then you really want to do more of your workouts with a social group.
With a group.
A group. If you're more introverted, less comfortable, if you kind of get worn out from a lot of social interaction, you might want to make sure you make some of your workouts, if not most of your workouts, by yourself.
Another thing to think about with that is Do you work out with someone who fitness-wise is way advanced, way ahead of you, way behind you, or really close to you? And there's varying degrees of pros and cons there depending on what you're comfortable with. So one day a week, I work out with someone who's way better than me. And I know when I go work out with Oscar, I'm going to be behind him, and that's okay. But I like his company. He's fun to hang out with. It jives. Other days, I try to find someone slower than me because I know I'm so tired and I don't want to get beat up. And then there's also the benefit of finding someone who's really close to you and you can just stick with them the whole way. So I think knowing what you like, and if you like teaching people what to do, sometimes it's fun to find someone who's not at your level and you can kind of do your workout and help them out at the same time.
Well, I think I've noticed we've lost people on our Tuesday night group because if they've not been into running, and we say, look, you want to get into running and you really want to train hard, come to Tuesday night and stay with us and you will build up. But I see a lot of people coming out and they feel uncomfortable with seeing all these people who've been running for years and years who are so fast, and they start feeling that they're too slow, or if they have to walk some of the workout, I think we lose them because of that. So I think we have to be careful not to put people in situations where they just say, I'm not doing this. People are too good to work out with. They're too good. They're too fast. Whatever. They get frustrated easily.
Yeah, you just got to find your group. If you're an individual and you're looking, you got to find out what motivates you. Because for some people, the fast group, they're like, man, I know if I just keep coming, I can stay with those guys. But you're right. Some people are intimidated by it. I like seeking out someone that's a little slower than me. Some days to just jog with and just not feel pressured to run fast, and I'll run their pace.
Right. Yeah, I'm one that tends to look at people same level or lower. I don't want to be chasing somebody who's super, super fast. So that's my preference. Yeah. The other thing to consider and keep in mind is that we all started somewhere. You got to start at the beginning. If you're just getting into this, keep in mind it's going to take a while, especially if it's running. Consistency with running is everything. If you will not do it consistently, it will not be maintained.
In the first 2 to 3 weeks of running is terrible.
It is.
When you take time off and you come back, or you're just getting started, absolutely brutal. Like even for me, every year I take about a month off, and when I start back, my legs hurt, my knees hurt, things aren't working right, and then slowly 2 to 3 weeks later, all of a sudden I start feeling pretty good again.
Yeah. Well, so if you're a social person, find a group to run with or to go to a gym with or do whatever, take a class with. It will definitely hold you more accountable, I think. And if you love that social interaction, you'll be getting that in addition to the benefits of the exercise. I know a guy who he loves to read. He doesn't want to be around people. He gets on elliptical, puts his book on there and reads and does an hour. And that makes him very happy. People watch Netflix or whatever on TV.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you do. Whatever will work to get you there, to keep you doing it.
Do it, and do it consistently.
And if that means having a lot of people around you, great. If that means being by yourself, great. Because at the end of the day, who cares as long as it keeps you going and keeps you there.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.